I'd like to welcome you all to the umpteenth annual Cabin Fever Show. This year's Cabin Fever Show is brought to you by the hairpiece of unforeseen consequences, the hell to pay. Welcome to Crestone. We're also here tonight to try and raise some money for the middle school's trip to Washington, D.C. It's a bold effort. Perhaps these kids can set some things straight in Washington. They're not going to be there very long, so wish them the best of luck. There's going to be a cake auction a little later tonight at intermission. All the money going to that will also go to these kids going to Washington. So, give deeply. All right. Let me now welcome Dean and Dennis with an old age. Gentlemen. Yes. There you are.
Okay. I want to hear some hands clapping. Fingers snapping.
Turned up nose, turned down hose, never had no other boy. Has anybody seen my girl? If you should run into a fire to the world, diamond ring and all those things, you bet your life it isn't her. Oh, could she love? Could she lose? Could she do? Has anybody seen my girl? this is a mentorship situation. They're going to be doing a violin, gypsy, and classical ensemble.
You might have recognized it from a suite called The Animals. This next piece we're playing is by someone named Mozart. Has anyone heard of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? He was known as a prodigy, musician, and composer, and I think this piece best shows how much of a genius he was. It's called Der Spiegel, and it can be read by a duet of violins reading from the top to the bottom, and then on the mirror image, Der Spiegel means the mirror, from the bottom to the top. So we're going to play that. Wow.
is Shanoa and Tom Desane doing a song.
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna move my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car and our whoopee spot where the gin is cold and the piano's hot. Just a noisy hall, there's a night brawl and all that jazz. Your head where your buckled shoes. Now that jazz hit the father did, gonna blow the blues. And all that jazz, hold on, hun, we're gonna bunny home. I got some aspirin to help you hide it drug. It's a shake of heart on a brand new start to do that jazz. Where I store the juice.
Knock, knock. Control freak. Now you say control freak who? You ready, Doc?
We're ready.
Okay. Without further ado, River.
Well, it's great so far, and I'm sure it's going to get a little better. When I got invited to play tonight, I didn't, nobody gave me a theme or anything like that, but ours is going to involve a little bit of old music from past generations, a little bit of finger clicking, which I got to do in here, a little bit of hand clapping. In other words, I got to do some audience participation stuff, and it looks like that could well be the theme for tonight. And eclectic music. I just love seeing younger people play music from decades and centuries ago. And this is not that we're about a blues band, but my friend Merlin's going to back me up on vocals and play some great bass. And most of these songs, we're going to do 2 songs, you probably don't know the words, but your mind will pick them right up and you'll be able to sing along. So please sing along to the parts that you know, or go la la la. Trailers for sale away. 50 cents. No phone, no gas. Ain't got no cigarettes. All 2 hours of pushing broom. Union dues, old stories I have found, so but not man, by no means king of the road. I know every engine on every train, all of the wind and all of the names, every hand that metal town. When no one's around and trailers for sale and room at 50 cents. No phone, no gas. I ain't got no cigarettes on the 2 hours of pushing broom. I was 8 by 12 man of means by no means. King of the road, trailer for sale, room at 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes on the 2 hours of pushing broom. 8 by 12 room, I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. Before I started playing guitar, but after I moved to Crestone, I felt Yellow Submarine was a very appropriate song for Crestone. It's certainly a very appropriate song for a fundraiser in Crestone. Something we should have all down to the science, right? But we don't. We just have fun and mess it up and do it differently every time. But that's the spirit of the song. In the town where I was born lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. And so we sailed into the sun until we found a sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves in our yellow submarines. Sing it. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, and our friends are on the board. Many more of them live next door, and the band begins to play. Sing it. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, and we live a life of ease. Many more of us is all we need. Sky blue or a sea of green. In our yellow submarine. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. One more time. We are living in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. And it's mostly a white submarine, and the Huskies go. Thank you very much. The Full River Bottom Blues Band will be playing out at the Yak and Cracker a week from today, so please come out if you can. Yak, we appreciate it, and so
All right. A couple of women are they're out in this big city, and they're walking their dogs, and it's happy hour, and they're kind of thirsty. They want to go in and get a drink, but they've got their dogs with them. And one says to the other, we can't do that. They won't let dogs into the bar. And she says, honey, you haven't seen nothing. I'm going to go in first with the dog, and then you do just what I do after a little bit. Just give me a little bit of time to do that. So the first woman takes out some sunglasses, puts them on, and walks into the bar. The bartender says, "Man, you can't come in here with a dog." And she says, "It's a seeing eye dog. Good God." And the guy says, "Oh, I'm really sorry. That's my mistake. Let me buy the drink for you." "Well, that would be the least you could do," she said. "So thank you." And about a minute goes by, the bartender walks away, friend looks out at the woman outside and says, "Come on." So the other woman comes in with some sunglasses on with her dog, and she gets in, the bartender comes back, and the bartender says, "Ma'am, you can't bring a dog in here." And she says, "It's a seeing eye dog." And she says, and the guy says, "Ma'am, it's a Chihuahua." And she says, "They gave me a Chihuahua?" All right. Shannon Violendorf with an original composition on the piano. Take it away.
Okay, I'm gonna play a song that I made up, and it's called Guarding Meadows.
Well, you got a song, but we can't remember the name right now.
That was nice. All right, Maori Baca is next. Where is it? There he is. This is your time. Some classical guitar. You guys remember it?
Hold on.
Now we've got some dancing. But first, for those of you who are new here, you might need to know this, so I'm going to teach you this. All right, when you're in the middle of winter and it's really getting to you, you know, the body gets all strained out and the mind gets crazy, but it's the third eye that really gets offset. So this is what you have to do, and just follow me and watch. And you can do this with me tonight just so that you get it right, okay? All right, ready? Solid. Ready, ladies? Okay. Ready? Are we ready? You ready? Okay. And now the kids are going to Washington, the middle school singing group.
Golden
All right, our next act comes all the way from Moffett, Colorado. Cowboy poetess, girl poetess, Peggy Godfrey.
I'm really glad they put me after you bought the cakes. We're going to call this part of the program Meanwhile Back at the Ranch. Lambing will start tomorrow, and so I decided I would make the theme of my part of the program about birthing babies. And one of the things, I'm just going to give you some terms. There's cows, young cows or heifers. This is kind of ringing funny. Their ewes are the the female sheep and lambs are the babies. One of the things that happens during lambing season and calving season is sometimes you have mothers that don't have enough milk to raise their babies. So you have to take that baby and give it to another mother. And it's always a mother who has lost her baby. So my first poem is going to be called Country Graft. Babies need mamas or the longing for a child. It happens here in Crestone. It happens in the wild. Animal adoption on a ranch is called a graft. And there's not a baby shower for the little lamb or calf. For the best in bovine chemistry, you take a cow whose calf has died. And if she stands around and moos, you skin the little hide. Then you take an orphan baby or a lonesome starving type. You drape the skin and you tie it snug so those calves will smell alike. I've hung black skins on red calves, a tiny red skin on a tan, Herefords red and white on black. You do the best you can. Some legs fit through like jackets, and I tie with bathing twine. Those orange knots hanging front and back on this bovine Frankenstein. The cow sniffs out this critter, sporting funny wisps of twine. That little hide will help decide both futures on the line. Sometimes it don't seem worth it because this grafting makes a mess. But when those mother instincts win, it's mighty sweet success. The mother gets a grateful child, the baby gets a mother, and this rancher won't have to bottle feed unless she gets another. The reason I could get on stage by myself tonight was because I didn't have any lambs last year. I got a hip replacement, and so I've got joints that work better than they did for the past 4 years. 2 years ago, when I did have lambs, I wrote up, this season of the year is the Lenten season, the 40 days before Easter. And a lot of people know it by, it's what you give up during Lent. And I give up church during Lent. because I'm lambing. I can't believe it though. But I ended up writing several just meditations. It's an introspective time, a reflective time spiritually. And I wrote up several meditations, and I'm gonna tell you the story of one of them. One of my young ewes had her lamb at night, big, beautiful, newborn ewe lamb. And in the morning, and that lamb sucked that night, and the next morning, when I went out to check them, the lamb was dead. And it was just curled up, but it was just stone cold. So I took the lamb out and took it into the house, and I skinned the skin off, cut the leg holes. You always leave the tail on those skins. And I had an old ewe. They usually live to 9, 10 years old. This one was 12 years old. She had a set of twins the day before, and she didn't have enough milk to raise them. They were nursing all the time. They were crying. You could tell their little sides were not filled out like they were full. So I took the screamer out of her pen, and I took it back to the house, and I dressed it in the skin from the dead lamb. And I brought it back, put it in with a mother who had not gonna, she believes it, they just, that's their, don't take the baby, don't take my baby. So I put the little lamb in with her and just walked away. She sniffed it. It smelled like her baby. She sniffed the tail. It smelled like her baby. It was screaming. Didn't sound like her baby. But the smell wins. I stayed away. You just give them time to take this whole thing in. Came back and would listen from a distance. The sheep were, when they had their babies, I pin them up in little 4-foot by 4-foot jails so that they can bond with their 1 or 2 babies. I could hear the ewe talking to the baby, and their sounds when they're talking to the babies is it's not the bad you hear when they're hungry. Anyway, I could hear her talking to the baby. Went back after another hour or so, and the baby had sucked and was laying there curled up, and the mother was standing with her head over it. And I thought, in all my years of raising cattle and sheep, mothers that have babies always want to raise the baby, almost always. And so ranchers try to make sure that that can happen. However, sometimes you have a set of twins and you can take one away, and then both of them will go better by letting the ewe adopt or the cow adopt the spare baby. They love it. They sniff and they lick, and it's like they're just exuberant with the joy of motherhood, of the smell of their body. And I'm going to tell you this story about what happens after the skin is on that animal. When they suck the mother's milk and then they poop it out, it smells like their mother. And so the skin smells like their baby for the first 2 days. And then the baby, you can take the skin off, and she sniffs that baby, and it's like, that is her smell. And it's love. And so then they will raise them. And you would never know driving by who got the adopted baby and who had their own. One of the things that came to me, the reflection is, may I, my shepherd, trust you to bring me what I need in my inevitable losses. And I'm going to close with another little, this time of year poem. It's called Mother Sounds. What I found out is I go to Cowboy poetry gatherings, and I did this poem one time, and somebody came up and said, "Is that true?" It's like, yes, why would I make this up? When cows have babies, you know what a cow sounds like. I mean, you kids know what a cow sounds like. What do they sound like? But when they have a baby, their very first sound is a hum, a deep hum. And they lean down, they're licking and sniffing. And the sheep, it's that They do it with their mouths closed. And you can actually go out at night and listen until you've got new babies, because you can hear those first mother sounds. The calving lot is silent now. No lazy chewing sounds. No restless, sleepless heifers standing up or laying down. No panting, sighing, straining. Only day sounds fill my ears. No deep and chesty bovine hum to comfort newborn fears. My lambing shed holds memories of heavy-bodied ewes, sighing, resting, waiting for daybreak's rosy hues, when one by one their time came, labor's insistent demand. Softly, they changed to mother sounds, encouraging weak legs to stand. part of the process of birth. No wonder these accompanying sounds are the most pleasing on earth.
Our next act is Carolyn Root with a couple of songs.
Alright, so I'm going to sing two Scottish Gaelic songs for you. It's kind of a bird theme in terms of the titles, although neither song's actually about birds. The first one's called An Yellow Van, and it was written by a man named Donru Corona from North Uist in Scotland when he was in the trenches during World War I. So he's there, he's kind of resigned to the fact that he's not going to make it through. He's explaining his experience there, and he's also in the song saying goodbye to his sweetheart. So he's saying to her not to get upset if he ends up dying, because really, in the end, who lives forever anyways? And he's also describing his experience there, and he says the sound of death is in his ears, and that he really has no hope of making it out alive. Just all very depressing, but just so you don't get too depressed, he made it out alive and had a long, happy life. So. Uist, so same sort of area as the previous song, but probably a couple hundred years earlier. I'm
Please welcome Alexander Kofi.
How y'all doing? Much love and respect to Michael and child school family, and Mama Judy, my Queen Celine, all the parents, all the kids, all of this. You know, this is a really awesome thing. It's going to be really nice that we go out next trip. So, anyway, happy Sabbath Day. And we want to celebrate Yahweh. Yahweh. It's one of the more venerated names for the force, whatever you call it. And this is my niece, Dorita. She is coming to sing with my band, and I'm about to get back on the road and work here and there. So this is y'all what we call. He goes by the name of Ill Sub. He around here somewhere. Where you at, girl? Don't be shy now. Anyway, this song is called Now. So actually, we are collaborating with a brother in Pakistan. We did some things around the release in 2004, and it's doing really well in Pakistan right now. My brother rapping on it, so that's how music's do, you know. Well, I'm just gonna start. You have to catch up to me because we don't want our relatives away. The time
Hello. This is my rendition of Jefferson or Washington as a more ordinary figure. Our next guest is a man of few words, but he says a great deal, nevertheless. Please welcome Roy Gould.
Yeah.
I'm home, dear. Did you have a good day at work, dear? Same as usual.
Mark.
Good. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, young ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that very much. Thank you. This is Dennis and Barry.
Dennis and old, what's his name?
We're going to take you back to some Everly Brothers. Oh, dream, 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 when I want you in my arms, when I want you. All your charms, whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Oh, get sound asleep. Wake up, little Susie, and weep. The movie's over, it's 4 o'clock, and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Well, what are you gonna tell your mama? What are you gonna tell your pop? What are you gonna tell your friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Well, we told your mama that we hid in Montana. Susie said it's like we grew together. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. We gotta go home. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. The movie wasn't so hard, didn't have much of a plot. It's always 3 o'clock and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie. Well, what are you gonna tell your mom? What are you gonna tell your pop? What are you gonna tell your friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Martha Kelly. And the man supporting us in the back, time to sing. And our camera crew. We have Rick, Scott, and Cynthia. Also appreciate all the parents and the volunteers and the kids that did a great job. Thank you all for supporting this cause. I'm a parent and I appreciate you guys.
Don't know why that moment is so mean. Trying to learn love is much harder than it seems. So I tried to be sexy and see what she thinks. But I see that moment where I'm happy take the same. So tell me what you're mad about me, what is up? You sweet love and so won't you give it up? She says, pick up that baby, she's right back to see. Wash the dishes and they come and talk to me. Take out the trash, there's more where that came from. Now I'm 30 and all you can say is give me some. So give me some love, baby, just a little cake. She said, don't you know I got all I can take? Oh. She stops and looks at me and says, hey, where have you been? Bet you've been hanging with the wrong crowd again. Don't run away, baby, but I work so hard. But little baby, just don't go that far. Take the day, I seem to think it's on my mind. It's not for me, I'm just working all the time. So pick up that baby, she's mine, can't you see? Wash the dishes and then come and talk to me. Take out the trash, there's more where that came from. Now I'm 30 and all you can say is give me some. So give me some love, baby, just a little kick. She says, don't you know I had all I came to take?
Give them one more round. All right, we're at the end of the show. Couple announcements. There's boogie nights over at the Elephant Cloud or Cloud Station. You can go there from here if you want. It's still going to be winter for a little while longer. It's okay. It's okay. Don't let it get to you. Get out of the cabin every now and then. Walk around, talk to people, help each other out. All that good stuff that you should do no matter where you are. Well, anyway, let's just leave it at that. Right now, the kids would like to say one more thing to you. Let's give them a big hand. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, guys.